I'm here in Xi'an, home of the terracotta warriors. I got here yesterday after doing the bullet train from Chengdu. I got to admit, I was a bit nervous beforehand because I sort of accidentally booked a bullet train. I just thought it was a fast train, and then I spoke to a dear friend of mine and she's like, "Are you on a bullet train?" I'm like, "What the fuck's a bullet train?" And I didn't know that they went that fast. So I had a small panic about it, thinking I got this really good imagination, and I'm just thinking, what, is everyone on the train full G-force going back because it's going so fast? I know it's silly, but this is where my mind takes me sometimes. So after I did some Googling and watched some YouTube clips, I calmed down and saw it's fast, but it's doable. So I did that and I really enjoyed it. The truth is, I like going fast. I enjoy it when it's safe, and it was very safe, very comfortable. I splurged and got a first class ticket, and it was just, the seats reclined flat out, not sort of the pretend reclining on an aeroplane where it's like this, it's proper reclining and heaps of leg room, and it was very, very comfortable, and the speed didn't freak me out. A lot of time in tunnels though, hats off to the Chinese for building all these tunnels through all these mountains to get to places quicker, because it's a huge country, and so it's amazing engineering. And I'm going to have to watch some docos as to how they do it, because I just don't understand how they build these things. But that's neither here nor there. Lots of times in tunnels, so I was a bit disappointed with that, because I would rather have had more time taking in the landscape and seeing the countryside, not just darkness in the tunnel. So I did that, and yeah, when I got here yesterday, I didn't do much last night. I took a bit of a walk around, found some markets, found some food, found some tofu and some vegetable dumplings. That was nice, but I just sort of chilled out. So this morning I've been figuring out my next moves, where I'm going, how long I'm staying there for, making a bit of a plan. And I got up and I got back into bed and my knee dislocated. It's been about just over 3 months since it last did it. And it's always scary when I'm on my own. It's just oh fuck, what am I going to do here? But what happened just before when it happened, so I went to get back into bed. That's what happened last time when I did it. I was in bed too, moving around on my own. But I went back, got into bed, and yeah, it just dislocated. And so I kept it straight, well, sort of semi-straight, because generally my first inkling is to bend it, because it stops the pain, is to bend it and then figure out, oh my god, how am I going to fix this? But I was sort of thinking quickly, because I'm on my own, I'm going to have to take care of it myself. I have put it back in on my own twice before, but once I was drunk, and so sort of, that's that. And so I've only done it once sober. And so I just kept it straight, or straightish, and I just thought, I've got to stay with the pain. I can't release the pain. I've got to stay with it, and then just force it straight, because when it straightens, the knee just pops back in. So I'm keeping it there, and and I was going to sort of move forward and push down on my knee, but yeah, we're just holding it there. The knee popped back in. Thank you, God. It's never done that. That's the quickest dislocation ever, to pop back in like that. So I don't think it was fully straight, but I don't know, maybe it was straight and it just needed that little bit. Maybe I had a little bit of help from above to put it back in. Either way, it only lasted not even a minute, because I was thinking, fuck, am I going to have to get to the door or get housekeeping to pop my knee back in? So that didn't happen, thank goodness. So today, so what am I going to do today? I don't think I'm going to see the terracotta warriors today. I was going to do that tomorrow and go see what other sites they have here. There's a drum tower, a bell tower. I sort of saw it on the way in. check out some more sites. But yeah, Terracotta Warriors will definitely be happening tomorrow. Chengdu was pretty cool. Well, I enjoyed Chengdu somewhat. Like, it was huge. It was like home to 16 million people. And it was hot. It was so hot that day that I went out to there's one day I went out to this temple, the Manjushri temple. He's the Buddha of wisdom, the wisdom Buddha. And so I went to that temple, and I went early, but there was a lot of people out already, obviously thinking the same thing that I did, get out earlier, beat the hotter weather. And it was, the temple was great. It was really big. The grounds were very interesting to look at, all the architecture, and just to think about all the different monks and nuns that have practiced there and been there and walked those grounds. It was enjoyable, but it was just very busy and very hot. So I was there for, I know, an hour. I would have liked to have been there for another hour or two, but I just couldn't do it with the heat and the people. And so that was cool. But what I did another day is I went to a Taoist temple. What's that called? Chongyuan? I forget the name. It was this Taoist temple I went to, and that place was almost empty. I couldn't believe it. It was the same sort of weather as the day before, but it was wonderful to walk around and take in each sort of temple and each hall and all the statues, and just to be real slow about it, because I'm not jostling for my little piece of land here, you know. So that was really enjoyable, that Taoist temple. Oh yeah, it's the first one I'd been to. It was really enjoyable. What else did I think about Chengdu? Chengdu is home to this panda sanctuary, this very famous, well-known panda sanctuary. And I was conflicted. So I was conflicted about whether or not to go. Like, how cute are pandas? Pandas are adorable. I want to see the pandas. But at the same time, I don't want the pandas to all be captured and made to live in zoos for human exploitation and human entertainment. Like, I want the pandas free. I don't think there's a free panda in the globe, is there? And so that was my conflict. Do I go to the panda sanctuary, and in so doing, am I then supporting it? And like they say, it's a sanctuary, but I went to, in Thailand, I went to an elephant sanctuary. And I had the same sort of thoughts then last year. It's just like, I don't want to go anywhere where these animals aren't free. I don't want to encourage that, and I don't want to spend my time or my money, you know, supporting that in any way. And so I found this elephant sanctuary, and it just wasn't what I thought it was. Like, I thought the elephants would be roaming free, because it had like something like 400 acres, it said on the website, for the land for this elephant sanctuary. It was like, wonderful, these elephants would just be roaming around doing their thing. But I got there and it wasn't that. So there were little enclosures for the elephants, and you know, they walked out and walked them to get a bath and walked them back, and they just wasn't my idea of what a sanctuary should be. So looking at this panda sanctuary, I'm not believing it just because it says sanctuary doesn't make it the case. And so it's just like, I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And I just decided, like, if we stop spending our money, if we stop going there, they'll stop having these places. We vote with our money. We vote with our time. Yeah, I want to see the pandas, but I'd rather the pandas be free. So I chose not to go. That's the crux of my Chengdu trip. I'd like to go back at another time when it's not so busy, and maybe take a friend. Things aren't as overwhelming as when you've got friends with you, because I get real overwhelmed with the crowds. I know it's part of China, I know. It's just that I live in a little suburb that has less than 3,000 people. I live in a small little place, and the city city of Cairns, that has like 150,000 people. It's not like this 16 million in here in Xi'an. It's got 7 million. It's just different worlds. We've got one planet, but there's so many different worlds going on side by side. And even though I get overwhelmed in the crowds, like I want to see the places, I want to do the things. It's only, for a few days. Alright, so this is the reason why I wear the headscarves all the time. I stopped shaving my head a couple months ago and it's a mess. It's growing. I look forward to it being longer again. Have a great day. You'll never get this one again.